Hi there, welcome back to yet another part of file handling. File handling, the previous parts which we discussed some basics and we discussed just one program that also handling characters. Now from here onward things are going to get a bit complicated. So what you need to do is follow me very carefully, right? Now the operation that we did with a file was just we wrote some characters into a file and read characters from file. Okay, first of all let's discuss what are the different operations you will be doing with a file, we will be doing rather, and what are the IO functions which you will be using. Alright, so let's quickly go through those IO functions first, discuss them first, then we can move into the other part. Okay, let's start. Have a look at this slide. The types of data that we can directly handle through a file, character type, integers we can handle, strings, and look at that, heterogeneous data which is unrelated as well as heterogeneous data which is related. Okay, later on I will tell you what is the difference between the two, but first of all let's quickly go through the functions. We have discussed them already, but just for clarity this particular slide, character get c get ch function and put c put ch for input and output. Those are the two categories of functions which I have mentioned in this slide. Integer, you have get w and put w functions. For strings, fget s and fput s, variations of get s and put s. Alright, now heterogeneous data unrelated, for that we will be using fscanf and fprintf. Heterogeneous data which is related will be using two functions, one is fread, fwrite, and related means we will be using structure. Alright, that is where the relation comes in. Okay, now in the second part of this slide I have mentioned the file random access. Random access means what? A file can be accessed in two ways, sequentially and randomly. Random access is always faster because from any position in the file you can jump to any other position without having to bother about where you are. Alright, so that is called random movement. For random movement we have discussed three different functions there. To move the file pointer we have a fseek function. To get the current position of the file pointer you have ftail, and to move the file pointer to the beginning of a file irrespective of what the current position is, the function which you will be using is rewind function. Okay, clear? Now let's move on to the next slide. Now here is the next slide. Various operations that we will be doing with a file. Opening and closing a file we have already done in that example. Adding data to a new file or to an existing file we have done. Adding data to a new file, if it is an existing file it has to be opened in append mode. Editing the contents of a file, this is something which is very important. We will discuss this in details, how to edit a file. Deleting data from a file, alright, and viewing contents of a file. This all we discussed in the last session also, last session, but here just a quick recap before we get into the program. Alright, got it? Well, now friends, let's discuss a program. Alright, now this particular program will be to see the contents of the file which we had already created, a text file. If you remember, in a very simple way we created the file. This particular file will be picking up, we will be looking at the contents of the file. We have already done so, we have already viewed the contents of the file, but the twist is here we will be looking at the contents in reverse order. Alright, let's have a sample file here for you. Let's say these are the contents of my file. This is the content of my file, the text file which we had created through an example. Alright, assuming the file already there, and this is the content, and here you have your end of file marker. Once again, end of file is just a character. Deliberately I have written UF. Now, what is important is to understand the positions in a file. I had already told this to you. This will be 0L, this will be 1L, this will be 2L, this is 3L, 4L, 5L and 6L is the end of file. Now why L? I had told you the reason. I said, file positions are treated as long integers. Why? Because then you can have a file which is of a bigger size. That is the only reason why you have this. Alright. Now let's understand the logic first of all before getting into the program. This is my file. What I need to do? I need to open the file in which mode? Try to recall. It has to be read mode. I open the file in read mode. After opening the file in read mode, the file pointer will be here. File pointer will be positioned here. Got it? Clear? The file pointer will be here at this position. Clear? Now, what I need to do? Will I be printing from this end or this end? Obviously, if I am saying in reverse, from here I will be printing the file from end to beginning. So what I need to do? This pointer I need to move to this place. Okay? Why I am saying 5L, why not 6L? 6L is the end of file. I will not be printing that end of file character. My printing will start from 5L. So what I need to do? First of all, open the file in read mode. Pointer is here. Step 2, move the file pointer to 5L, this position. Okay? Here you get the position because we move the file pointer, but we don't know whether it is 5L, 50L or 500L. So we need to get this particular position, 5L. Now we know for sure if we are moving backward, we will be coming to which character? Which position? 0L. So what I do? I get this position and I need to, from this position I need to move backward towards 0L character wise and read a character, display it. Got it? This is the whole process. This is going to be the whole process. Clear? Now let's have a look at the first part of the program. Okay, here is your slide. Some lines I will tell you, mark those lines properly. Okay. Now look at the first part checking. I directly check if fp equal to f open 1.txt equal to null. What does that mean? That simply means, if you remember, I had told you if file cannot be opened, file pointer will return null. So now I am checking if by chance the file is corrupt or you do not have permission to open the file, or maybe the file is not readable. Okay, any reason you are checking if the file cannot be opened, because see, you cannot do any operation if the file cannot be opened. So what I am doing there, I am giving a message can't open file and exit will take me out of the program, because if I cannot open the file, then what is the point in continuing? So from there I terminate the program. Now what is important here is line number 12 and 13. Look at those two lines very carefully. Now let me write down the line here for you on the board. fseek fp comma minus 1L comma 2. Look at this 3 parameters. It's important. Let's understand this particular line in that program. Alright, this is very important, so listen to this very carefully. File point fseek function takes 3 parameters. First parameter is the file pointer. Okay? Second parameter is number of bytes to move. If you are putting a minus here, then it will move backward. If you are putting plus, that means it's you don't have to mention a plus because it is assumed. If you mention 10L, suppose you are moving 10 bytes forward, 10 locations forward. If you are saying minus 10L, you are moving 10 locations backward, and this is important too. Now when you are using fseek, there are three different positions you can use. 0, which denotes beginning of a file, 1 for the current position of the file pointer, 2 for end of file. Now 0 and 2, these two positions are absolute positions, because you know 0 means beginning, 2 means end, EOF, absolute. Now this is relative. You cannot say what is current position. Current position can be any position. It can be beginning also, end also, or it may be anywhere in the middle also. Got it? So you don't know that. You don't have any idea about that. So this is something which is very important. Later on we will be using this. Clear? Now, okay. So what I am doing, what is my line there? My line is fp comma minus 1l comma 2. 2 means end of file. That means from end of file, this position, the file pointer will move 1 byte backward, 1 position backward. What does that mean? At the end of this statement, after this statement is executed, file pointer will be here at this position. Got it? Got this line? I hope you understood this line. Okay. Now look at the next line in that slide. Go back to the slide. Okay, here is the line. What is the next line? Count. We have taken a variable integer count. Okay. Count is equal to f tail fp. Count is equal to f tail fp. Got it? What does that mean? This is the line. Count is equal to f tail fp. F tail function does what? If you remember, just 5 minutes back we discussed that f tail function gives you the current position of the file pointer. Is that clear? Now what it returns? It returns a long integer. That's the reason why we have declared count as a long integer. Now f tail fp, f tail function will return what? 5l. So count will have a value 5l. So at the end of this statement, your variable called count will have a value 5l. Is this clear line? This line? Okay. Now I had told you what we need to do now. We need to move backward. Okay. And how we do that? Through a loop, because normal movement of the file pointer is left to right or beginning to end, whatever you can say. Okay. Nothing physical about this. Logically, from beginning to till end. If I want to move it backward, I need to do it manually. So that's what I will be doing over here. Have a look. Have a look at the slide. While count greater than equal to 0l, that's a loop. What is the value of count at this moment? 5l. So now this loop will go on. Okay. Clear? Now we have to go back and forth. We have to go back to the board, come back to the program. We do that. Look at line number 16 before I go to the board to explain it to you. ch equal to get c fp. Okay. Let's be on the board. ch equal to get c fp. What get c function does? It reads a character. It reads a character from the source. Now fp is the source file pointer which is pointing here. Got it? Clear? So what getC will do? It will read this character f and put it into the variable ch. So ch will have the character f. Now again something very important. The moment you give a getC statement, it's a read statement. You are reading a character. getC function will be reading a character. So obviously after reading a character, the file pointer will move, because it is, remember, if at a time you are reading 10 characters, the file pointer will jump 10 characters. Similarly, here you are reading 1 character, so the file pointer was at the position 5l, it will move to the position 6l. This is something very, very important. Understand that. Clear? So what ch have now? Ch has this variable f. Go to the next line. Have a look at the slide again. What is the next line? Next line is printf %c, ch. Okay, that line is not that important. What printf will do? It will display the character. What is the character over there? F. So F will be displayed on the screen, the last character in the file. Okay, now what is important is line number 18. Look at the line carefully. I'll explain it to you over here. Come back to the board. fseek, this is the line, no? minus 2l comma 1. Now look at this. 1 means what? Current position, because I don't know what is the position. So what will happen? fseek fp comma minus 2l comma 1. From current position, the file pointer will move 2 bytes backward, 2 positions backward. That means the file pointer will be here. At the end of this statement, fp is here. Got it? Now you got the reason why. Why? Because every time I move a character, I read a character, I move 1 byte forward, and next time when I read, I need to move 2 bytes backward. Got the logic? So pointer is positioned over here, fp. Clear this statement? Have a look at the slide again. Next, what I do? I go for count minus minus, that is to run the loop. So what will be the value of count? Come back to the board. Count will be 4l, and the loop continues because the loop condition was while count greater than equal to 0l. Again what will happen? Ch equal to, recall the line, ch equal to getC fp. So what will be read now? What getC function will do? It will read this character e. So ch will get the character e, and after the read is executed, file pointer will move to the position 5l. fp moves here. Got it? Okay, this character ch you will be displaying through that putc statement. E is displayed. By the end of that, file pointer is here. So now what you do? You move 2 bytes backward. That means that fseek statement, if you remember, fseek fp minus 2l comma 1, what will happen? It will move to 3l, and it will go on like this. So at the end of this entire process, what you have done? You have already displayed the contents of the entire file. Got it? Clear? This simple example, are you clear about? Alright? Now, before I end, this will be a short session. Next session will be looking at editing. Alright? Before I end, I need to discuss with you the basics of editing. See, when I am saying editing, when I am saying this, suppose this is the content of the file, C, D, E, F. Alright? Editing means what? Changing, no? So suppose I need to find, suppose I am looking at, the third character in the file. Got it? What is the third character? C. Okay, I need to change it with X. Third character, pick up the third character, change it with X. So that means what? This is a simple editing. What I need to do? I need to directly move to C. Got it? This character, put the file pointer over here, change this character and write it back as X. This whole process is that. One type of editing. Now this is an easy form of editing, directly changing something. But what if I need to look for something and edit it? Supposing I need to, throughout the file, I need to look for all the vowels and change them to lowercase. Got the problem? Look for vowels and change them to lowercase. How do I do that? First I have to go through the entire file, read the contents of the entire file, check each character whether it's a vowel, E here, and if it is a vowel, change it to lowercase. Got this? This whole process, I will be opening the file in a mode called R+. Just to recap, could you recall when we discussed the modes? R+ is the mode where the primary mode is read, secondary mode is write. Read then write. What does that mean? I can read the file and write. like changing A or changing E, changing the vowels. Got it? Clear? Got the basics? That is how I edit a file. So next session I will be discussing with you the operation, that is editing the contents of a file. Okay, now this I had told you, file handling is a long chapter. To understand it properly we need to go step by step. So next session I will be discussing editing a file with you. Alright, till that time guys, take care, bye bye, and please, once again a request, please leave your comments. Okay, you can suggest, you can give me suggestions so that I can give you more examples, or you need more on the board. Those all suggestions I will be really grateful to you. Please do give your suggestions and please do subscribe. Okay, after a long time I am making this request to you once again. Alright, till that time, take care, bye bye.